Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show with Kentucky boys Tim Batts and Josh Williams. Tim is a music promoter, radio host, and passionate bluegrasser, and Josh is a 20-time Bluegrass Guitar Player of the Year. This podcast is all about bluegrass music, where they swap stories, crack jokes, and pick on each other. Josh even plays a song or two in each episode. Plus, they sit down with bluegrass artists and insiders for interviews you won't hear anywhere else. It's music, it's laughs, it's all things bluegrass, right here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Now, here are your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. I am Josh Williams. Tim is actually at home this week. We got some pretty inclement weather, I guess you could say. We got quite a bit of snow and ice and stuff up this way and here in western Kentucky, and it's made traveling very difficult. In fact, work was closed on Monday, and I just went in today. Today was my Monday, but it's Tuesday, so how's that for messing a week up? Anyway, Tim's at home, taking a little time off, so just gonna be me, but I happen to have my esteemed co-host with me. My oldest son, Wheldon, is here with us.
Did you struggle to speak for a second?
I struggle to speak all the time.
I do too.
A lot of times my brain works faster than my mouth can, and sometimes they just completely don't even work together.
Sometimes my mouth thinks before my brain does, and I can say some...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get that from me and from my daddy. So that's a common Williams problem.
I have said many a racist joke, not thinking of it.
Oh, well.
And then it hits me just how bad that actually was.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're raised in a society today that is just weird anyway.
Yeah.
And, everybody wants to be politically correct. And then, you could tell a joke like that and not know exactly what you're saying until it comes out. And you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that, So.
I do that all the time.
Well, we learned those jokes from our grandparents and parents and all that kind of stuff. And, that was a different generation. Times were a lot different. And,
I learned a lot of my stories and jokes from my grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, but glad to have you here, buddy. Thank you for sitting in with me here tonight.
I'm just replacing Tim.
Well, you're doing a good job. But anyway, so we got a lot of stuff that we're going to cover in a short amount of time here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to be with us. I love how Cindy Bauckham says there at the very beginning, it's music, it's laughs, it's all things bluegrass. I love that. And this past weekend we had Spigma down in Nashville, Tennessee for their national award ceremony and band competition. And of course it happened to be on the weekend that the bad weather came, and I had full intentions on being down there and working with the folks from Page, with Brian and Lisa Page. Happy birthday to Brian Page, by the way. Today, Tuesday, the day that we're recording this podcast, is his birthday. So happy birthday, Brian. We appreciate everything you and Lisa do for the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. So y'all make sure you go check out pagecapos.com. And order yourself something nice. But we happen to give away a free one on every episode that we do. And we also give away a McEwen guitar pick. So if you are interested in any of those two things, then we always ask. Tim usually comes up with a trivia question that you have to listen to the interviews in order to figure out what the answer is. But the first person to answer correctly gets to choose between the Page Capo or the McEwen guitar pick. And then obviously the second person that answers correctly gets what's left.
I would take the guitar pick. I use those all the time.
Would you? Well, we're kind of capo poor these days, aren't we?
Yeah.
We got a lot of capos lying around. Matter of fact, I just saw 2 pages right here in front of me a minute ago. But
I see a showcase and an Elliott.
yes, yeah, we got those too.
And I see my black Page capo on my Les Paul.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I forgot you had that black one.
I'm glad I forgot I had it until I got my Les Paul, and I found that buried in my bedroom underneath my bed, and I was like, oh, it's the same color.
Nice. Yeah, it looks good on there. Probably ain't going to run into a whole lot of instances where you're playing and you're going to need a capo on that thing, unless you just plan on playing rhythm. But
a lot of times I have to play in D, but
you'll get there. A lot of times, at least a lot of genres of music, the electric guitar is kind of considered like the mandolin.
Yeah.
Like you don't ever use the capo, you know. But
Tim,
I disagree with that. Ooh, nice step. Kick the man while he's not here to defend himself. Anyway, so we're going to discuss the winners from Spigma, and as a matter of fact, I have them right here. Wrote them down so that way I would have them.
Ooh, good job.
Yeah. So, congratulations to all of the winners here from the 2026 Spigma Awards Show. Bluegrass Promoter of the Year was our friend Aaron McDarris. So, congratulations, Aaron McDarris, for being the Promoter of the Year with the Starvey Creek Bluegrass Festival. Bluegrass Radio Station of the Year was banjoradio.com. Bluegrass DJ of the Year, Kyle Cantrell. Congratulations, Kyle. Songwriter of the Year, our buddy Rick Ferris.
Ooh.
Congratulations, Rick. That's awesome. Bluegrass Album of the Year was Carter and Cleveland by Jason Carter and Mike Cleveland. That I have not heard that entire record yet, but I hear it is phenomenal.
I haven't even heard it yet.
Well, we've got homework. Let's see. Song of the Year, The Auctioneer by the Cody Norris Show. Ooh. Bass Player of the Year, Mickey Harris. Congratulations, Mickey. Dobro Player of the Year, Matt Ledbetter. That is Phil Ledbetter's son, and Matt's a great dude and a great player, so congratulations, Matt. Guitar, Cody Norris. Mandolin, Jesse Brock. Banjo, Kristen Scott Benson. Fiddle.
Again.
Yep. Oh, yeah, she's got a bunch of them. Fiddle, Mike Cleveland. Female vocalist, Heather Barry Mabe. So that's great. Congratulations, Heather. Male vocalist was Cody Norris. Gospel Group of the Year, Authentic Unlimited. Vocal Group of the Year, Authentic Unlimited. Instrumental Group of the Year, The Grass Schools. Bluegrass Band overall and the Entertainers of the Year are the Cody Norris Show. So congratulations to all of the winners. The Spigma Awards are a fan-based voting system, I believe. So anyway, congratulations to all the folks that won. It's great. We know a lot of those names. In fact, we got some of those names that are going to be on the podcast coming up.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we've been working on that. Trying to make a schedule. I have no idea whose water that is, but I just took a drink of it.
I noticed that.
I couldn't help it. I needed it. I could hear my mouth doing crazy sounds. Not just the talking either. But anyway.
You can do a little Dr. Pepper.
It sounded like you just sniffed something.
I know. It didn't go the way I wanted it to.
That's funny. All right. Well, we're going to take a little break. And when we come back, I'm going to figure out a tune to play. And we got more news and more stuff coming up. We have a great interview to share with you guys. We're going to be talking to Jackson Harris. And Jackson is the son of Mickey Harris. And he has a new album out called The Man I Want to Be. And my goodness, folks, let me tell you, if you have not heard this young man and you have not heard this album, you need to do yourself a favor and get your hands on this record, or go see him live any opportunity you get. Of course, we all grew up knowing Mickey Harris. Everybody knows Mickey, I think, in the bluegrass world, or at least who he is. And Jackson is his youngest child, his boy, and he's just about to graduate high school, and he's already started taking classes at MTSU. So, I mean, he's got a lot of good things going for him. So we're excited to share that with you. So make sure you stick around. Don't go anywhere, okay? Because we're going to be right back.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com.
Looking for expert insurance advice from a team that truly knows Western Kentucky? At Paducah Insurance Agency, we're more than just policies. We're your neighbors, helping you protect what matters most. With locations in Paducah and Benton, Kentucky, we offer home, auto, business, and life insurance with top carriers like Erie Insurance, all at competitive rates. Locally owned and committed to your peace of mind, Jared Morgan and his team are here to help. Call Paducah Insurance Agency today at 855-853-4763 or visit paducahinsurance.com. Paducah Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you trust.
Howdy, friends. I'm Banjo Ben Clark, and you're listening to my good buddies Tim Batts and Josh Williams on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. You've tuned in because you like valuable conversation about the world's best music. And if you want more good stuff like that, come on over to my website, banjobenclark.com, where you can learn how to play and purchase anything you might need when it comes to bluegrass-related instruments and accessories. My Gold Pick members over there can access hundreds of lessons for banjo, guitar, and mandolin with all kinds of resources to help you move on down the road with your picking skills. And if you're looking to purchase something, the deals can't be beat at Banjo Ben's General Store. All there on the same website, banjobenclark.com. Now back to the show.
Oh, thank you so much, Banjo Ben Clark. We appreciate everything that he does. Go by and check out his website. You know, go to banjobenclark.com. He's got all kinds of lessons that he can hook you up with. He can sell you some instruments. He can sell you a lot of accessories, strings, you name it. He's got it. So
if it's not in Banjo Ben's website, it either doesn't exist or you don't need it.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I always say is you must not need it. But anytime that you buy there from his store, too, make sure to use the code Hometown10, and that'll give you an extra 10% off of your purchase. So that's our little gift to you, and we love and appreciate Banjo Ben Clark for everything that he does for the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. Thanks to all of our sponsors. We appreciate y'all, and we couldn't do it without you. So, continuing on here with the show, I've got the old guitar here. I was trying to figure out what I was going to play, and it's been a while since I've done Wayfaring Stranger, and I thought I may give that a shot here. I am a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe. There'll be no sadness, toil, or danger to that bright land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mama. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. No dark clouds will gather round me. I know my way is rough and steep, yet beauty's fields lie just before me, where God's redeemed their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my mama. She said she'd meet me when I come. I'm just going over Jordan. I'm just going over home. Oh, a little bit of the Wayfaring Stranger there for you. Very little. I haven't played that in a while, and that's probably not the smartest thing to try to pick up guitar and just start playing. So when you haven't done anything all day. So my apologies for the performance, but hey, you know, whatever. It's a live show. Anyway, wanted to talk about something else before we we have our interview come up. We're having Jackson Harris today, and got a great interview lined up with him to share with you guys. And but there is a gentleman who I've known for many years, and we lost him this past week. James Stacy Wilcox, and he was just an absolute great guy. Great musician, devoted husband, father, and I actually have his obituary here. With heavy hearts, we announce the passing of James Stacy Wilcox, 55, of Coventry Township, on January 19th, 2026. Stacy was born April 15th, 1970, in Benton, Tennessee. Stacy was a loving husband, father, brother, and friend whose life was rooted in family, music, and love. Stacy was devoted to his wife Becky of 22 years. Together they built a family that meant everything to him. He was proud, loving father of Chris, Kendra, Kaylee, and Tasha. Stacy always put his family first and stood by them with unwavering love and support. He's got a lot of folks that he's leaving behind. In addition to his wife and children, Stacy is survived by his sisters, Amanda Garrett, Crystal Efaw, brother Stanley Efaw and Steve Wilcox, mother-in-law and father-in-law, Larry and Lisa Efaw, grandchildren, and a host of nieces and nephews, all of whom loved him deeply. And like I said, he was a great musician and a great friend, a great guy. Family was truly Stacy's life, but his other great passion was bluegrass music. He was a gifted, well-known musician and was deeply respected and admired within the bluegrass community. Music was more than a hobby for Stacy. It was a way that he connected with people, shared joy, and left a lasting impression on everyone he met. Anyway, 55 is too young, and anyway, Stacy, you're going to be missed, my friend. So we're just going to just about 10 seconds or so, just have a little moment of silence in honor of our friend that we lost. Thank you all very much for indulging me on that. And we're going to take another break, and then we'll be having Jackson Harris coming up for our interview here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. So y'all don't go anywhere, because we will be right back.
Custom Automotive in Calvert City, Kentucky has been a family-operated business for over 50 years. When you call Custom Automotive, you'll talk to an experienced tire and wheel expert. They install wheels and tires on thousands of vehicles every year in addition to their online sales. Stop by and thank them for supporting bluegrass music. Custom Automotive, Highway 62, Calvert City, Kentucky, 270-395-7611. Or visit them online at customautoonline.com.
Hey, this is Josh Williams for Page Capos. The Page Capo is lightweight, durable, and quickly attaches and allows you to change frets with ease. With controlled tension capabilities, Page Capo always stays in tune. But don't just take my word for it. Page Capos is also used by folks like Vince Gill, Ron Block, Tim O'Brien, Cody Kilby, Tommy Emanuel, and James Taylor. So don't trust just any capo. Use what the pros use. Listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast for your chance to win a Page Capo on every episode. Do what I do and trust Page Capos. Order online at pagecapo.com. Welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. I'm Josh Williams, and you just heard from Page Capos. We appreciate all of our sponsors, and we especially appreciate Page Capos and all that they do for us. We give away a Page Capo every Friday when we do our when we release our podcast, and Tim always puts a fancy little question on our Facebook, so hopefully you're out there and you're following our Facebook page, and you get an opportunity to win a Page Capo in every episode that we do. We always pick two winners. The first person gets to pick between the Page Capo and a McEwen guitar pick, and whoever is the second person to get the question right will get to choose whatever's left. So we always have that every week, and we appreciate all of our sponsors. So make sure you're following our Facebook page, the Hometown Bluegrass Show Facebook page, and Tim will ask a little trivia question on there, and the first two to get the correct answers will be our winners. But right now we're going to welcome a fella. I have known this young man literally all of his life. I was in a band with his father for many years, and got to watch this young man grow up to be a very, very fine young man, and an amazing talent. And we're very, very honored and excited to get to welcome Jackson Harris to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. Hello, Jackson. How are you, my friend?
Doing good. How are you, man?
Oh, doing very well. Glad to have you here with us, man. You got a great record out right now. That I'm sure you're super proud of. I know first time I heard it, I'm not going to lie, I sat in the truck and cried. Your folks gave me a copy of it whenever I was down playing the Opry with Rhonda, and man, you just got such a great voice, man. I'm so excited to get to see you doing this.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. It's been a long time in the making, being able to get that project out. We started looking for songs probably 2 or 3 years ago, just trying to find stuff that was appropriate for somebody 16, 17-year-old my age that weren't about drugs or drinking and stuff like that. And just over the course, kind of started writing a few songs here and there, trying to fill in the gaps and create enough material for myself that way and what I wanted to accomplish. And then the Man I Want to Be album came about and the song, and then here it is.
Well, congratulations on having such a great record, man. I know that you obviously was raised around the music with your father being Mickey Harris, who's played for more than 20 years, pushing 25 now with Rhonda Vincent and the Rage. And, of course, he also grew up in a musical family. And, in fact, we're actually scheduled to have your dad on here not too long, but I'm glad we get to have you on here first. So,
yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Super excited, man. Yeah, that's great. So tell everybody a little bit about how you grew up. I'm obviously very familiar with your story, but a lot of our listeners, we definitely want to make sure we get everybody that's listening to you or listening to our podcast very familiar with who you are and where you come from and all of that. So tell us just a little bit about how you were brought up and stuff. I know that you were always around music, obviously.
Yes, sir. Yeah, like you said, my dad, Mickey Harris, played upright bass with Rhonda Vincent. Been with her for, I think, either almost 23 or 24 years this July. So that's really been all I've known. You know, he goes out on the road on the weekends and then comes home, and then we get to hang out and spend time together. Mm-hmm. But yes, sir, my family, man, we go back generations and generations, all the way back to the early days of the Grand Ole Opry back in 1927, the Tomberlin family. And my dad, one of our cousins, just gave us the possum hide banjo that my family played back on the Opry in 1927. So we've been in the process of restoring that, trying to get it back on there and see if Opry Dan will let Dad play it on there with the 100th anniversary of the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, my goodness. Did you say possum hide?
Yes, sir. Possum hide banjo. It's still intact and everything. No holes or nothing.
Wow. So here we are. We're all focused on leather and all these other kinds of hides. Nobody's using possum hide, and apparently that's the ticket.
Uh-huh.
It lasts forever.
It really does.
That's yes, awesome. Sir. That is so cool. Well, I had no idea about that part of it, so I'm learning something here myself. So that's great. So now, I recall when I was still in Rhonda's band. Of course, my first time in Rhonda's band was when you were born. And, of course, you don't probably have many memories from that time, but I do. And I remember in my second tenure when you were growing up and getting to be a little bit older and you started developing, you know, your little singing voice. Of course, back then, your voice was much, much higher. And you would come up and sing a lot of the Bobby Osborne songs and stuff, which I assume you still do now. Just like me, you have to sing it an octave lower.
Yes, sir. I used to sing it Rocky Top up in B flat, just like Bobby. And then as I got older, my voice started going lower and lower and lower. And now it's kind of like the Don Williams, Daryl Singletary, that kind of low baritone.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. those are two good fellas there to sound like. So nothing wrong with that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've always loved listening to Daryl and Don Williams. I recorded one of Don's songs, "Good Old Boys Like Me," on my album. Mm-hmm. I've always loved that song, but I never could sing it when I was younger, and so I would try to sing it, but I never could sing it. And then as my voice started getting lower and lower, then I could start singing it, and so I decided I wanted to record it.
Yeah, well, you did a great job on that, and everything on there. You've done a fantastic job. Now, did your dad produce the record, or did you and he produce it, or how did that go?
It was kind of a mixture. All of us. Dad, he did most of the work, getting it all together, getting everything organized, and it was a mix between Dad and Jeff Parton, the dobro player. We went down in last December. It was, I guess, almost a year ago to the day.
Yeah.
Went back down there to Ackworth, Georgia, and recorded at his studio, and spent a few days down there, and getting all the rough tracks ran through and stuff, and then we listened to it on the way home, and then kind of made adjustments here and there. But just after that first little stint of recording, it took probably 4 or 5 months to finally get the ball rolling and get it all kind of finished up. But
yeah, Jeff's a great talent, and he's got a great set of ears, and everybody, I think, or most everybody these days knows who Jeff is. Hopefully, he's just a tremendous talent, great player and singer himself, but he's also a whiz in the studio and has his own studio at his house there in Georgia, and does a great job, and just a fine guy to boot. In fact, he shared the stage with us when I was in my last few years there with Rhonda, and a tremendous musician. But I know he did a great job for you. He's got great ears in the studio and real quick, and got great ideas and stuff to bring, and they definitely, the two of them together definitely made one heck of an album for you. So now, was that your first experience in the studio?
The first experience I think was 2 or 3 years ago on Dad's album Tractor for Sale.
Oh yeah.
He had a gospel tune on there called God Is Watching. That was written by my great grandmother, and this was 3 years ago, and I was singing bass on that song. It was a 4-part harmony, and I was singing bass.
Oh, that's great. That is so good. So now you've released this album. Obviously, this is your first recording, and your first solo recording, I should say. And it's doing great. I know I've seen it on the Bluegrass Unlimited charts and some other places. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
So this whole process, you said that you wrote some of these songs yourself. So is that like a thing that you're wanting to really get into in your career, as being having like a huge catalog of songs eventually, or?
I hope so eventually, just as I go along and through life and stuff. The title track, The Man I Want to Be, I wrote it about just kind of what I wanted my life to look like in the future. And so just went upstairs one day and just started writing some songs. And like I said, back when we were looking for songs, I was writing as much as I could, trying to have enough songs to get an album together. So that way it wasn't just cover songs.
Yeah.
Doing it the whole time, having some Jackson Harris songs on there, as well as some covers of people that I've been influenced by throughout the years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I wrote the song "The Man I Want to Be" just about what I want my life to look like in the future, and didn't know that would be the title track until finally we got everything, kind of all the options for songs kind of all piled up, and then we whittled them down from there, figuring out what we wanted to record.
Well, it's the
Dad was tremendous in that, with helping me, guide me along the path there of being able to learn how to record and learn how to be able to all the inner workings of the gears to being able to get all that working. You know how recording.
Oh yeah.
It's not just people hear it spinning on a CD in the radio of the car, but they don't hear it. They don't see all the behind the scenes work into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And there is a lot of that goes on, isn't there?
Absolutely. I had no idea. Of course, I mean, I knew it would be a lot of work, but I didn't know it'd be that much work. But I'm so thankful for him and Jeff being mentors to me throughout this whole process and showing me how everything goes. And while we were down there in the studio, Dad and Jeff both, like, as we were going along, they would show me different things, like whether it's microphone placements or just little knickknacks here on the computer, little tips and stuff. Just that they helped and taught me along the way, more or less just doing it. They included me in the process to help teach me along with it. So I'm very grateful to them for that. And I've started working on a few other projects myself, just we got a little studio upstairs. So just trying to do a little recording myself and just teaching myself and trying to train my ear to be able to get more involved in that.
Yeah. Well, that's great, man. That's awesome. I'm glad that you have that resource there that you can do that with. The more you can do, obviously, the better at it you become, so get yourself immersed in all that all you can, and pretty soon you do that enough. Next thing you know, you've got enough, material for a whole nother record. And you're like, well, might as well just put these songs together and finish them out,
Mm-hmm. And being able to do it yourself too, you save so much money and just so much time, so much money, having to travel around and having to pay for a studio.
Mm-hmm.
Just being able to, it's just having that knowledge and having that knowledge in your back pocket and being able to just learn as much as you can, especially at such a young age.
Absolutely. That's priceless.
It helps so much.
Yeah. You can't buy that kind of knowledge there. That's just priceless stuff that you got to be a part of there. Now, your dad did a great job on helping you pick out. Obviously, the easiest part of it was a song that you wrote, "The Man I Want to Be." But what a perfect title for a first album. That's just great. And when you wrote that song, did you have that in mind? I know you said it was how you wanted your life to look, but did you even consider that, hey, maybe this would be a good name for a tune, or did it just, here's a song that I wrote and next thing you know, let's use that?
Well, it was kind of a mix of both. Like as I was writing it, I just was going through writing it, and then I came up with the line at the end, "You make me the man that I want to be." And I was like, "Ooh, that is a title for an album right there." And then I got it finished up and refined and whatever, but I never really did expect anything to come of it,
Mm-hmm.
Just it would be a good name for a title, but I didn't. It's just circumstantial, with all the amount of songs that you have and like how they fit together, what order you want to put them in on the album and stuff. I didn't know if that's what we would go with.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, I don't remember which two we got it down between. But me and Dad were sitting at the kitchen table and we were trying to decide between the two. And I think it was "Get on the Run" or "The Man I Want to Be." "Get on the Run" was another song that I wrote. But I felt like "The Man I Want to Be" kind of helped encompass what I wanted to achieve for this project. Just especially recording Don Williams' "Good Old Boys Like Me" and Randy Travis's "Deeper Than the Holler." That's what kind of came about of it. With choosing.
I hope Randy gets the opportunity to hear that if he hasn't already, because I know that your version of that song would make him smile just the biggest, because you really captured, one of the hardest things to do about recreating someone else's song is being able to capture the feeling and the emotions that they conveyed. And you really did that, especially in the "Deeper Than the Holler." Like, I remember listening to that and thinking, man, the first thought in my mind was, I would give anything for Randy to hear this, because it's just such a cool moment, you really captured that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, man. A few months back, Rhonda and them were playing at the Grand Ole Opry, and Don Schlitz was there as well. He was one of the writers of that song.
Mm-hmm.
Don and Paul Overstreet.
Yep.
They wrote that song. And so I chased Don down and gave him a copy of my album and told him, I thanked him for recording my song. And he told me a funny story that when him and Paul were writing that song, they got done with it. And Paul goes, "Don, what's a holler?" Because he never heard what a holler was before. And then Don explained to him, and he was like, "Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I didn't know what we were writing about."
That's funny. I didn't realize that that he grew up in the city. Apparently, he didn't grow up out where the hollers are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's definitely a deep South term. I know we use them a lot in Kentucky and obviously in Tennessee as well. So, yeah, there's probably a lot of folks out there that have no idea what a holler is.
But yeah, that was a funny story. Getting to meet Don the other day and just allowing him to hear a piece of what I've gotten to do and being able to share it with others.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. Now, you mentioned earlier, something, you said something about your early influences. Obviously, I know that you're Mickey Harris's son, so obviously you love the Osborne brothers. It would be
Absolutely.
it would be a serious crime if you didn't in that household. I know, but who else did you grow up listening to and really hoping to sound like?
I'd say Daryl Singletary was a big one, because growing up, Dad would have certain CDs, and that we would ride around with in his truck, and the American Grandstand Rhonda and Daryl album, Rhonda Vincent and Daryl Singletary album. That was one that I listened to quite a bit, and I've always loved that album. So that led me down the rabbit hole of Daryl Singletary and listening to all his stuff. And as I got older, my voice kind of went deeper and deeper into that, and so I was able to sing a lot of his songs then. And Gene Watson was one of my earliest memories listening to him. I remember me and Dad, that when Dad would come home, we'd hop in his truck, and then we'd go to the dump and dump our trash out and stuff. And he always had this a Gene Watson CD in there. And I think I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I would hop in the truck and I'd say, "Daddy, turn on some Gene Watson."
Yeah.
And, so he'd turn on some Gene Watson, put that CD in there, and then as we were compiling songs together, Dad mentioned something about Gene, and I was like, "What do you think he'd want to sing a song with me on my album?" And so he saw Dad and Gene were playing at the Grand Ole Opry on the same night, and he went in and talked to Gene and all of his band and stuff, and he asked Gene for me if he'd sing a song with me. And Gene said, "Well, sure, just as long as he keeps it country." And so then that sent Dad, and Dad went home and wrote the song that we did a duet. Me and Gene did a duet called "Keep It Country." And so just being able, I never in a million years would have thought that I would have got to sing a duet with Gene Watson on my album, but it turned out so great, and I'm so thankful to him and Chad, his guitar player and band leader, for getting that all lined up and just being able to make a dream of mine come true. On top of being able to release an album and make that dream come true.
Shoot, yeah.
And then I'd say Rhonda was a huge influence as well. Just personality-wise, and just being able to have, she being one of the best in the business that she is, just being able to have that influence and be able to see the showmanship and the musicianship that goes along with all of that. And always let me tag along with the behind the scenes, like with being on the road and sometimes coming on the little short trips with y'all on the bus and just things like that. I'm thankful to her for.
Yeah.
And she's been a great mentor and to me in that way. Just being able to see the behind the scenes side of the music and just all that comes with it.
Right. Yeah. She's really something else. You know, she's always been somebody that has always been willing to help young artists and stuff, and especially people that she believes in. And obviously she believes a lot, you know, in Mickey and believes in you. I mean, you're one of the only people that I ever knew that came up to sing Rocky Top and her not sing it. You know? So that right there tells you something.
Mm-hmm. I think the first time I ever got up to really sing, I don't even remember how old I was, but we were up in Renfro Valley, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And she got me up. I was just singing Rocky Top in the bus or something, and she asked me if I'd want to sing it, and I was like, "No, I don't want to sing it." And then Dad convinced me, because I was so scared, and Dad convinced me to do it. And so then I got up there and was tapping my little foot and singing Rocky Top, and that was one of the first moments of me getting on stage and doing it.
Well,
and kind of set my foot through the doorway for it.
Absolutely. Well, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with us, and I know that is your album available out there on all of the platforms?
Yes, it is. There's six songs available on streaming, and then it's a full 12 song album. So if you want the whole 12 song album, you can go to jacksonharrisofficial.com, and you can order it. They're available on CD and USB.
Mm-hmm.
And follow me at Jackson Harris Official on Instagram and Facebook to see where all shows I'll be playing next. And we also have some Jackson Harris merchandise available too. Got some hats and some T-shirts. And so I know Christmas just passed, but Valentine's Day is rolling up.
There you go. So that's right.
You can get you some Valentine's Day presents. Jackson Harris merchandise.
There you go. Now that's from the Mickey Harris school of pushing material right there. I like that. That's great. So,
yep.
So you do have your own website, the Jackson Harris Official, and then do you have Facebook and all that stuff where they can find you on there, or do they just need to go to your website?
Yes, Jackson Harris Official on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, wow, look at that. Well, that's great.
Hey, these young folks.
That's right.
These young folks, they get it all. I haven't expanded to the TikTok and Snapchat yet, but
well, I'll tell you what, I'll be anxious to see what happens when you hit the TikTok because and that's something that I've been meaning to try to do. That's kind of a goal of mine this year is to start posting some more videos and stuff of just me playing and singing and stuff. I would love to see what would happen when you start doing that on TikTok and see what kind of following that you get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Lord willing, it all goes well.
Oh, I know it will. I know it will. Jackson, you're a true talent, my friend. I'm proud of you. I really appreciate what you're doing with your music, and there's a lot of artists out there that want to jump in and start singing songs that are you used the word appropriate, age appropriate earlier, and then that's a lot of people don't take that in consideration. The fact that you were raised good, you have good parents and stuff, and raised with morals, and a lot of people aren't, and that's not necessarily their fault. But the fact that you specifically looked for songs that were age appropriate for yourself, I think that's a really smart move. I think that definitely puts you on a good path moving forward.
Yes, sir. It's, as like I said, trying to find appropriate songs and the man I want to be, and just trying to set myself up for what I want my music career to look like in the future, because I don't want to be singing songs about drinking or drugs or all that nonsense, because I don't feel like that encompasses my personality or like you said, the morals that I was raised with. And I'm super thankful to my parents for keeping me on that straight path, and thankful to the Lord for guiding me in all these ways and opening all these doors that I would have never, ever thought that I would be able to achieve, especially before I'm even 18. So
yeah,
being a 16, 17-year-old.
Well, congratulations to you, man. I'm really proud of you, and I hope that this is just a beginning to a huge successful career in music, and I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you. Appreciate it. Lord willing, it all goes to his plan. There you go. Not a lot of young artists would even say that, so that just tells you, folks, all of our listeners, what kind of person you are, what kind of man that you've grown to be. So that's pretty awesome. I'm proud of you for doing that. Thank you so much for taking the time to have have a little interview with us here, folks. If you get the opportunity, make sure you go out and listen to some Jackson Harris music. It's going to be the best thing that you've done all year. I can guarantee you that. Jackson, thanks so much for joining us here on the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. You bet, man. Take care, buddy. Thank you. Yes, sir. All righty. Bye-bye.
This morning I watched you walk in through the doorway, and I couldn't seem to look away. The moment I saw you, your eyes met mine, shone bright like stars in the night. And the next thing I knew, I was falling in love with you. The way you light up my world like the sunrise in the morning. I prayed God would send me. And though you don't know it now, but know that you'll see, you make me the man I wanna be. A Sunday on a church pew with you by my side. The beauty of the Bible in your hand in mine. The raindrops may fall, but the sun's gonna shine, and the rainbows will show while you light up the sky. But all I can see is the future in front of me, where you light up my world like the sunrise in the morning, and the stars that never seem to sleep. From the moment I met you, I knew that you were what I prayed God would send me. And though you don't know it now, but know that you'll see, you make me the man I wanna be. You make me the man I wanna be.
Oh, that's Jackson Harris. What a great young man, and what a great recording. Folks, do yourself a favor and go find Jackson Harris' album, The Man I Want to Be. I'm so proud. It's like seeing one of your own do something really good, you know, and you just feel that pride. You parents know what I'm talking about. And I know Mickey feels, and Crystal feel a lot of pride, you know, with both of their kids, and just like everybody should, and I do with mine. But I also have it for Jackson, to see him doing so well, and just to hear what a talent he really is. So, Jackson, thank you so much for being a part of our show here at the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast. And folks, thank you as well for being a part of our show. Wheldon, thank you for being a part of the show today. It was a smaller part than usual, but hey,
yeah,
we just trying to keep business going as best we can.
Yeah.
But anyway, we hope that you'll go check our Facebook out and all of that, and hopefully, if you guys like this podcast, definitely leave a review and a like and all that stuff that you're supposed to do. You should be able to find this podcast anywhere you can find your podcasts. So we sure do appreciate everybody listening in. And anyway, God bless each and every one of you. Hopefully Tim will be back next week, and we have more guests lined up. In fact, I think next week is the great Rick Dollar. I'll have to look for sure, but I believe that's what it is. So we'll be looking forward to that. Check out Rick Dollar's show, The Rick Dollar Show. You can find him on podcast platforms as well. And he'll be our guest next week. Look forward to talking with him. But thank you so much, everybody. Wheldon, do you remember the outro this time?
I hope.
Oh, it's not that hard. All you got to do is think like Briscoe Darling.
Yeah,
you know?
I would not want to forget this again.
Yeah, that was funny. But anyway, well, we'll go ahead and do it like we normally do, so that way you can redeem yourself from the last time we did it, all right? Just remember, folks, if you got time to breathe,
you got time for music.
There you go. That's absolutely right. A 1 and a 2 and away we go.
That's going to do it for this episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Thanks for spending some time with your hosts, Tim Batts and Josh Williams. We hope you learned a little and laughed a lot. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode from the heart of bluegrass. Until next time, keep picking, keep grinning. Tim and Josh look forward to seeing you down the road.